Morning everyone, hope you're well. So I'd like to talk to you about 3 zones: the comfort zone, stretch zone, panic zone. I've been talking about these 3 zones for 20 years now at the beginning of every workshop I run. And they're really useful to think about, and it's never really been more relevant than it is today to share with you. And I woke up this morning thinking, yes, this is the thing to talk about today. So I'm going to talk to you about the 3 zones, and then I'm going to invite us all to think about which zone am I in and which zone would I really ideally like to be in to help me through this transition, this challenging time, this potentially difficult time for people. So the first zone is the comfort zone. So we all recognise the comfort zone, don't we? It's that place where we feel safe, we feel secure, we feel comfortable. But on the downside, it can be dull, it can be boring, we can get complacent. So we all have that sort of, I think if you think about a time when you feel like you've been in that, we remember those feelings. The stretch zone, now that's a place where we are stretched, we are challenged, we grow, we learn, we build our capability, we can build our confidence. But on the downside of that one, it can feel like we're exposed. It can feel like we're having to force ourselves and put some effort in. And this can be quite stressful. But the overriding feeling is we've learned, we've grown. And if you think about something you can do today that you couldn't do a year ago, or be that maybe an IT program, or using an app, or using something in social media, or it could be an aspect of your job where you've changed your job in some way and you've grown some knowledge or skill. You know, we will have stretched. And even if you're not working, you will have stretched. Maybe there's something you've done where you've learned something that's new for you. Maybe you've baked a cake, maybe you've learned a new skill, maybe you do a different sport. So we've all stretched and learned, and this is a good thing. And whilst we're stretching and growing, guess what? Our comfort zone gets bigger, so we're capable of more things. So the last zone is the panic zone, and by its very name, people are kind of scared of it. Ooh, panic, I don't like this. Yeah, there is an element of overwhelm, there is an element of going beyond the stretch and pushing ourselves beyond what we perceive as our limits. But the thing is, actually, it proves to us what we're capable of. It shows us what we can really do. And people tell me when they've been through the panic, you know, when they've been thrown in at the deep end, or they had to stand in for their manager, or they had to do something for the team they weren't expecting, or they had to do something last minute, then actually, whilst it might have been a little bit uncomfortable to go through at the time, a little bit daunting and scary, actually they're pleased they did it. And I think many of us can relate to that at this moment. I don't think anyone can safely say they were predicting this and they knew what was going to happen. And I don't think any of us have been really totally clear on what we're supposed to be doing. Yes, we've got the guidelines from government, but actually we're kind of learning as we go. So I think many of us probably feel like we've been in the panic zone. And for myself, I think I've swung from panic to comfort. So panic on the one hand, you know, just trying to homeschool yesterday, that was a panicking thing, writing a timetable and trying to follow it and all the kids going mad. So I think I've swung from panic to actually comfort zone, and actually, this is actually quite nice. I don't have to get the train up to London or do things that I would have normally done. So this is how they come together. I actually forget who the person is, I don't think I know who the person is that actually came up with these 3 zones originally. So there's the comfort zone, the stretch zone and the panic zone, and as we come out of our comfort zone, this one stretches as we learn and develop and grow, so we become more capable. So which zone are you in, and which zone would you like to be in? So I'm choosing to be in my stretch zone, and I've come up with 3 commitments. There they are. I'm going to tell you what those 3 commitments are. Yeah, I'm going to start my book. I've been on the course. I know what I'm going to write my book about. It's something to do with my work, but I'm finding myself procrastinating. So I think the procrastination is because I'm sort of a bit of panic. Sort of like, will it be read? Is it worth it? Am I good enough? You know, all of those little things around mindset, which I did my previous video on. But I'm going to start it, and I'm going to just put pen to paper, as they say, start writing it. I'm also going to keep my spirits high, because if I keep my spirits high, everyone around me will be more likely to keep their spirits high. And I'm also going to start really, really upping the ante on my e-learning tools. So for the last 20 years I've stood up in front as a trainer in a room with people, but really the profession is calling for things to be done in a different way. So I'm going to start really researching that. So I'm saying my commitments because I know that actually, and in the world I work as a coach and facilitator, unless people make commitments, things don't actually happen. So I'm making a commitment to myself, so it's down there, it's written on paper. So I suggest you do that. Write on a notepad or get a piece of paper and actually just jot down what you're committing to today. Which zone are you in now? Which zone would you like to be in? And what will it take? And that could be a change of attitude, it could be a change of behaviour, it could be just something you're going to do today. But I'd invite you to keep it going. Keep checking in on yourself for a daily basis over this next coming months. And let me know how you get on. I'd be really keen to hear how you get on. Hope this is helpful. And I wish you a lovely day. The sun is shining, so I wish you a really great day.